So, 1,000 subscriber special now, okay? Predator swap, mini bike, maybe a different tire or something. Make it get at least a little bit of traction and such. So this is the Hemi version, we think, just based on the picture and the writing on it. So it has the cast aluminum valve cover. So it's pretty easy to distinguish between the two. So it's just before New Year's. They were running a sale on it, and I had a lot of gift cards, so I bought it. So yeah. So we're gonna open it, and we're inside right now because it's cold and it's
getting late.
Dark. Okay. Constructions.
You gotta have your manual.
We have our cardboard. We have some. We got some plastic.
Plenty of plastic. Comes with some high performance tools. So, is the valve cover the right valve cover that we need? Oh, she's the Hemi.
It is the Hemi valve cover. So it says you gotta add gas and engine oil. Oh, we can't. We could probably put some nitromethane or something in here.
See what kind of horse torques we get.
So I think my old header should fit on here that I bought. So that's one thing with like the littler ones. Sometimes there's issues with clearance in the back with like your air filter and your exhaust. And then this should have the 3/4 or 5/8 shaft for all the torques.
So that should be the 3/4 one. Yep. Some of the Coleman are only like 16 millimeter, and then the 19 millimeter is the 5/8. So, but looking at the price of
19 millimeters 3/4.
Looking at the price of upgrading the 100cc, even just buying like a new clutch, you could buy a sort of cheap, but maybe still good torque converter. So, believe it or not, this is only the second 212 Predator in the family. The other one is on our log splitter, which has run good for 3 years now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, these are hard to find up where we live in Minnesota.
Especially in the coming of winter with snowblowers.
They sell out pretty quick, and so we found one in our
one of the local
we have two Harbor Freights that are sort of local. I mean, it's still a half-hour drive, but no complaints there. So right now we're researching Amazon torque converters. Yes, you can buy one from OMB. Yes, you can buy one from Go Power Sports. That's where we bought other stuff is from Go Power Sports. But if we can save a little bit of ching, we'll do that. If not, if you get a good one, you shouldn't have any issues with it.
212 cc's is this.
At this time, we're not going to be splitting the case. We're not going to be putting in a billet rod and stuff like that. Looking at the price of upgrading some of those things, you're almost better off getting like more of a built motor, like a Tillotson motor or something like that.
Or you could get like the Ghost or whatever.
Yeah, the Ghost is the hot rod Harbor Freight. They also make like a high performance version of the 212, which is a 224, which I think is another. Is it one more horse?
Yeah, it's like another 1.5 or something.
Yeah, so it's 7.5-ish instead of 6.5-ish.
So it has the. It's like it's got like the oil, the tilt sensor or whatever on it, and it's got the key zip tied to the shaft as you saw earlier. Got the little chain, little thingy in there.
Yep.
You can smell a little gas residue almost.
So these are pretty reliable. They do have the limitations. Then it is a, you know, if you get them on sale, you can get them pretty close to $100. It is still a $100, you know, made in China engine, so you don't feel too bad by abusing it a little bit. But like on the log splitter, I mean, it runs for hours at a time, pretty high RPM, and it changes the oil once a year and blow off the air filter every once in a while, and they're good to go.
Probably need to get a new throttle cable for my mini bike because it turns really hard right now. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's the racer over here is hard on his equipment, I guess. I don't know. But one thing about throttle, you'll read sometimes on mini bikes, people are always want to put a thumb throttle on. Coming from the dirt bike world, give me a good twist throttle. Yes, a thumb throttle, you get a little more control because you have most of your hand grabbing onto your grips, but every motorcycle on the planet is a twist throttle, essentially.
See, so. The only gripe that I have with twist throttles is that if you start going up, your instinct is to like, if it's driving out from underneath you, you're like trying to pull it back, so you end up twisting the throttle, so it just makes it worse. But usually it's just like people's inability to like drive.
Yeah, you gotta. When that starts to happen, and it does to everybody, you
just let off.
You gotta be used to that. But okay, so we will add more to this soon. But here is our unboxing of our Predator 212. And yeah, the tools that come with are pretty
janky.
I mean, typically, if you're sophisticated enough to do what we're going to do, you'd have other tools, but they come with a little spark plug wrench, so I'm not complaining with that.
It's always in there, so I guess it works.
I know the back in the day, all the old dirt bikes and street bikes came with a tool kit, so maybe this is the tool kit that you get with this.
There's lots of danger. Only use outside and far away from windows, doors, and vents.
So this is probably too close to our windows right now, so I don't know what we're going to do. But
read this manual before using this project.
Yes. Okay, any final thoughts? Star of the show.
Fuzzy socks after Christmas.
Yep.
And it should be fun. So we're probably gonna put a torque converter on it because clutches are bad. We like wheelies here, and Minnesota's Rust, and 1,000 subscribers.
Yep. Thanks to everybody who watches both the shorts and the long form videos. Looking at all the analytics you can on the YouTube, you can see it's pretty clear. Not a ton of people do that, but we're happy to do that. Remember, there's only oil residue in there, not a ton of oil. But
well, I think turning it over once or twice won't really matter.
I'm just saying it might start up and just drive away, so it might take off across the yard.
Okay, sorry.
Right through the window, but
take the spark plug away.
Yeah. Okay, we get it. Okay, thank you much, everybody. We will see you soon.
Minnesota's Rust.
Minnesota is rust. Minnesota is rust. Winter project season. We're not quite prepared to jump into an automotive hot rod project. So we get a hot rod mower project. Montgomery Ward. What year is this thing?
No idea. We haven't put it in. So it's a 10 horsepower electric start, a 38-inch deck, and a 5-speed transaxle.
So we're going to take off the front hood assembly, take out the motor, and then look to see what it would take to get the front end sitting a little bit lower. Maybe putting that axle on top of the front chassis. Yeah. So this engine does turn over, but we're looking at doing a instead of a horizontal. Hold on, is this horizontal or is this vertical?
This is a vertical shaft end.
So instead of doing a vertical, look at doing a horizontal swap, which puts chain drive in the back. But it isn't that uncommon to do this too. You swap the pulley in the back, pulley in the front, and make your speed go a little bit quicker. So we will see what we do.